So you want to get rich in 24 hours, huh? Of course, who doesn't, right? Apparently, everyone on the internet has the magic formula to turn you into a billionaire in less than a day. And best of all, without effort, without talent, without working more than 5 minutes a week. Because let's face it, who needs effort when you can learn everything on YouTube, right? Now, before you start getting excited and dreaming about pools of money and fancy cars, let me tell you something. The formula for success is much simpler than you think. I'll show you the way. Get ready to take notes because here's the first step. Stop doing anything that gives you pleasure. That's right. If you're having fun doing something, it's because you're wasting your time. The key is to eliminate any trace of fun from your life. Do you think Steve Jobs was inventing iPhones at parties, playing video games, or watching Netflix? Number he was focused. And honestly, if he can do it, so can you. No matter how exhausting or boring the process seems, focus is key, and so is slave labor. Let's call it dedication. Now let's talk about what you really need to achieve success. An innovative idea, something that no one has ever thought of before. Like, for example, an app that tells you when you're procrastinating. That's right, an app that reminds you that you're not working hard enough because, obviously, you're procrastinating and it's worthless. Now that's a great invention. Everyone will love it. Because in the age of brilliant ideas, who doesn't care about the content, the real impact, but rather an idea that is catchy? And let's be honest, you don't really need to know what you're doing. You don't need to be an expert. Why worry about the details? No one cares if you understand the basics of the field you're trying to succeed in. The important thing is that you can sell the idea that you know. I mean, if you're good at something, great. But if you're not, what matters is that you know how to sell that lack of competence. Speak well, show confidence, and make it clear that you have everything under control. Because at the end of the day, people love a good motivational speech that doesn't even make sense. Don't be shy about that. The most important thing is your presence and how well you can convince people that you're already a success. It doesn't matter if you don't have money, a solid strategy, or any kind of plan. That's for wimps. Only those who are truly intelligent know that the most important thing is to give the impression that everything is perfect. Oh, and the next step is even simpler. If you want to be rich, you have to surround yourself with other rich people. Don't worry about your skills or your competence. Trust me, the trick to becoming rich is to be around millionaires and act like them. Go to galas, wear expensive clothes, have your picture taken with fancy cars, and of course, take lots of selfies on private planes. This will give you an aura of success that anyone would want. But of course, don't forget to show that you are working hard, even if in reality, you are just posing for the pictures. And here's the most important piece of advice of all. If you're thinking about making money, think big. I mean, what's $1 million compared to $10 million? Or $100 million? A million is just so common. If you want to be the next Elon Musk, don't start small, like opening a candy store or a graphic design business. Number start something like the first interplanetary transportation platform. I'm serious. Who knew SpaceX wasn't a completely crazy idea? Oh, and of course, be original. But don't worry, you can take an existing idea and simply give it a more modern name, like Uber, but for dogs, or Netflix for frozen foods. Innovation is all about the name, the packaging. The rest, the rest will take care of itself. Now, if you're thinking, oh, but that's a lot of work, you're absolutely right. And I'm not saying you can just pay someone to do all the dirty work for you, but who's really going to see what you're doing behind the scenes? As long as you post selfies, buy followers, and pretend you have a team of people working for you, the world will continue to applaud you. After all, we all know that true wealth comes from looking busy, not from actually working. And if you start asking yourself, what about well-being? What about health? Do I need some kind of balance? The answer is simple. What kind of balance? Balance is for the weak who have time to sleep and rest. If you're aiming to be a millionaire, you'd better make sacrifices. As they say, sacrifice is the key to success. Sleep? For what? Sleep is for those who don't have an empire to build. Sure, you can try to take a breather, but who needs that when you can have a series of endless meetings in a glass room while drinking a coffee that costs 10 times more than your energy bill? And finally, remember, The key to becoming rich is not your skills, your hard work, your intelligence. It's knowing how to sell a good story. If you can convince people that you have something unique, that you are a visionary, a genius at something that no one else is doing, then you're already on the right track. Success has never been about what you can actually do. It's about how you can convince yourself that you can do something amazing, and then convince others that it's true. So, to recap, forget hard work, competence, and real innovation. The secret to getting rich in 24 hours is simple. A good name, a good story, and lots of photos of you posing like you're on top of the world. Oh, and don't forget to post it all on social media. The world loves a good show of fake it till you make it. After all, who needs a solid foundation when you can have a shiny facade? This method is foolproof because you know what could possibly go wrong.